Everybody set? All right, Coach, you want to go ahead and give an opening statement?
Anytime you can win in this game, it's an accomplishment. Winning isn't easy. I don't care who you're playing. I was really impressed with their team and what their coaching staff has done. I thought their offense played really well. That being said, I don't think we played our best game. We made some mistakes, and I'm not completely happy with our performance. But it's good. Anytime you can play less than your best to get a win, it's rewarding, and it's a good thing, and it's going to give us a lot to clean up and go to work on next week.
It was an uncomfortable feeling halftime, Scott. It's comfortable lead, but it was kind of a bizarre first half.
Yeah, I don't know if I was ever uncomfortable. I just wasn't real happy with how we approached it. You know, you can't cheat the game of football. You're either playing your hardest or you're not. You're either preparing as well as you can or you're not. We didn't tackle very well. We made mistakes. We weren't disciplined. We thought that we had the guys ready, and apparently the message didn't get through, and that's our fault as a coaching staff. The score ended up being one-sided, but I think they played a great game, and I give them a ton of credit.
What was your message to the players at halftime?
Just that there was a lot of things happening that we know better than to do. I don't want our players to ever go out there and not give it their all, ever go out there and not have someone play harder than them. We're not supposed to reach the ball across the goal line because if you fumble through the end zone, it's a touchback. You're not supposed to throw an elbow at a quarterback's head. Just a bunch of things like that. We know better than to do those things. And sooner or later, those things catch up with you. They didn't tonight. But we made too many mistakes, and those mistakes make us look like a team that's not really laser focused on what we need to accomplish.
What did you think of Mackenzie Milton? 24-26 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I thought Mackenzie played a good game. Offensively, I don't think we were at our best, but it's hard to say that when we move the ball like we did. So I think those guys did their job. As a team, we just need to be more disciplined and more dialed into our assignments and the things we're not supposed to be doing.
Coach, what's the status on Otis Anderson doing this on today?
Otis was just a little sore. He could have played tonight, and we decided to hold him. And that happened to a few other guys over the course of this game as well.
How about Dredrick Snelson and some of those catches he was able to bring down?
Yeah, Snelson's biggest catch was probably last week, that catch against Navy. That really helped us. He's improved a ton from last year and made himself into a really fine football player. He had a few big plays for us tonight.
You've said before that you're not much of a rah-rah speech kind of guy, but you got that penalty arguing for your guy out there on the sideline. What's the difference between in the locker room and on the sidelines, you kind of being vocal and emotional like that?
I'm a competitor, and sometimes I get excited and take it too far. At the time, I thought Gibby went over the top of him and missed him. I was wrong. I haven't seen it yet, but was told that his elbow made contact with the quarterback's head. If that's the case, then they got the call right. That's something we can't do. We know better than to do those things, and we got to be a little more disciplined, including myself.
What was your strategy against Kyron Moore on Austin Peay? He seemed like a very aggressive threat tonight.
Who's that?
Kyron Moore on Austin Peay's team.
Listen, I was impressed with their whole team. I thought they came out to play. This is a game that wasn't scheduled for them at the beginning of the year, and they came down here and I think they went to Disney and went to the beach, and we didn't know what we were going to get. Their kids showed up to play. I give a ton of credit to those kids and that coaching staff. I thought offensively they moved the ball as well on our defense as anybody has all year. And part of that is probably us not being as focused and ready to play as we should have been. But I thought they had a lot of talent, and I thought they had good scheme, and I was impressed with them as a football team.
Shaquem Griffin, I think that was his first career touchdown tonight. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm happy for Shaquem. You never have to worry about whether Shaquem's playing hard or not. He's been a leader for us. He's been an unbelievable player for us, and I didn't know that was his first touchdown, but I'm glad he found a way to get in the end zone.
Mike Hughes comes up with big plays all the time. It seems like he had that return there.
Yeah, Mike's been an unbelievable addition to our football team, and he continues to make plays on defense and special teams. We're lucky to have him on the team, and he's one of our best players.
How can a game like this really help the team moving forward, seeing it, how they have to be disciplined and dialed in, like you said?
I told the team there's a bunch of things that have been happening that we know better than to do. We know better than to come out and not play our best. We know better than to reach the ball for the goal line. We know better than to not go down last week at the end of the game when we get an interception. We know better than to try to throw an elbow at a quarterback's head. We've gotten too many penalties this year, and we haven't taken seriously enough the process of fixing those things. So those things haven't gotten us beat yet, but those little mistakes and lack of discipline can get you beat. And we need to make sure that we're attentive to fixing those things and improving.
Adrian Killens didn't carry the ball after the first drive. What happened?
Yeah, like I said, we held Otis. He was a little sore. There was a couple other guys through the course of the game that could have come back, and we just didn't feel the need to put them back in.
Can you talk about Traquan Smith's performance? It seemed like he made tough catch after tough catch tonight.
Traquan's a good player too, but again, there's little things on offense. We couldn't find him on one offensive series, and we couldn't find another player when we were trying to put him in the game. Those are the kind of things that when you start believing the press clippings and patting yourself on the back, those are little things that can creep in and make you not as good a football team. I can't say enough about Traquan and how he's played this year, but leaders on the football team like him need to make sure that we're constantly improving and not letting little problems arrive and start to fester.
The lack of tackling early in the game. You mentioned it early, but what do you attribute that to?
I don't know, but our team has tackled as well as any team that we've been on the field with this year up to this point. I don't think we tackled as well as we can tonight. So whatever it is, we'll go back to work on Monday, and first thing we'll do is block and tackle circuit, and we'll try to get it fixed.
Couple more, anything? Good?
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.